Hello everyone, and welcome to number 6 of Sketch It Out with Emma and Claudia. Claudia chose the sketch this week, and I'm showing it on the screen now. It's from the Citrus Twist Kit blog, and I will put a link in the description below if you would like to go and see the corresponding blog post and sort of see what they did with it. I am using my Like Forever kit as usual, and it's got the pink paisley cedar lane collection, and that main grey background piece is called Main Street, and then I'm using loads of different pieces on top. That zigzaggy piece is called, one second, Park Place, and I really like the pattern, but it's really busy, so you need it in sort of, or I need it in small pieces. So yeah, the sketch was interesting. Like I said, Claudia chose this one, and it was different for me in the fact that it was like a main, quite close sort of cluster at the top around the photo, and then just a small bit off down the bottom left corner just for the title, which was fine. It was just quite interesting for me to keep everything in one place. Now, the sketch, I will put it on the screen here. If you have a look, it's got kind of like a messy sort of circle pattern that's coming off to the side of the photo. Now for that, I thought I would break out my Heatwave pen by We Are Memory Keepers. This is new for me, but I thought for those messy circles it would be quite effective. So I got out the gold foil, let my pen heat up so it was really nice and hot, and just as a sort of guide there I was using my roll of double-sided tape, and then once I'd got the basic shape of the circles I was just going freehand and making it sort of messy. You can't really see it on video, I don't think, but you'll see it in the close-ups, and it gives like a really subtle interest while it's still got that sort of messy feel to it, if that makes sense. I know what I mean. So this photo it's one that I posted to Instagram a while ago, and I just thought it went really well with this collection because obviously the collection is sort of autumn themed, and it's a photo of the tree that is just outside my bedroom window, and a couple of weeks ago it sort of overnight changed to these beautiful sort of red and gold and yellow leaves, and it just looked awesome. And when I took this photo, the sun was shining through the tree, and it's got sort of, I was going for perspective because I've got a white orchid on my windowsill, so it's got like the orchid flower just to the left, and then it's showing like the tree. And it just looked amazing. It's just really sad that it doesn't last, because as I look out of my window now, there are about 20 leaves left on the tree. Yeah, winter is setting in, but it's it was just really pretty, and I thought for this collection it would be a really nice photo to scrap. So I'm going through what's left of my sort of die cut pieces, and I've picked out a tag. It's a blue tag with gold glitter spots on it, and the sketch does show a tag sort of tucked into the layers. I've cut up one of the wood grain effect frames, like Polaroid frames, and I'm just sort of playing around with those. I've got the other half of the acetate wreath that I used on a previous layout, so I've got that piece left to use, and I thought given that it was sort of like a semicircle shape, it added well to the messy circle and gold off to the side. And then that circular piece with the gold glitter on it says Home Sweet Home, which I thought was appropriate given that the tree is directly outside my window. And then I was sort of playing around with the embellishments there, and then I've gone to you can see I've sort of started the cluster down the bottom, and I'm using like a wood grain banner that was in the die cut kit, the die cut pack rather. So yeah, it was really interesting to use this sketch, and I think I can speak for both me and Claudia when we say that we are really enjoying this series. It's really different to use a sketch every once in a while. So obviously this is every once every 2 weeks or every other week, and we're really enjoying it, and it's lovely to see how two different people interpret the same sketch, because I'm sure that Claudia's will look nothing like mine, even though we're working from the same blueprint. So I do encourage you to head over and check out Claudia's video as well if you haven't already, and if that's where you've come from, then hello and thanks for coming to have a look. Hope you stick around. So yeah, really, really enjoying it, and like I say, this was very different for me. So I'm just popping up that sort of glittery Home Sweet Home circle on some foam squares, and I've used some acetate pieces on the photo, and that says the best and right now. And I'm playing around with that, or I was playing around with that pink flower. It doesn't go on the layout. I sort of, in hindsight, I'm really glad that I didn't put it on, because I don't know, it was just a bit too much. So here I'm sort of starting to build that cluster in the bottom a bit more. That's where my title's going to go. So I've used a block of blue paper, which is similar to what I've used in the layers behind the photo. Then the wood grain banner on top, and then those two pieces say every day is a blessing. And it amazes me how quickly the leaves change and how quickly the sort of the seasons change. I mean, I don't think we get much of an autumn. It's like straight into winter. It's really cold at the minute. I'm sort of sat in a hoodie and really cold. So I'm using the Fitzgerald glitter teal thickers and spelling out the word autumn, and then I dived into my drawer and pulled out the alphas that I had in the Pink Fresh Studio kit. These are from the Happy Things collection, and it's in the pale pink, which I thought would tie in the pink from the zigzags and from the layers. And I've put autumn and then has arrived in the pink. And I actually didn't have two R's, so I cut the side off some U's and turned them upside down and sort of made them look like R's. I think I get away with it. They look like ours. You'll probably be able to see it in the close-up. I did try to look at some of the other alphas, and I wondered about putting Autumn Has Arrived in style, but it was just too long. So I've left it at Autumn Has Arrived, and I like the way it's sort of staggered down next to the banner. And I created that. Those alphas didn't come with any punctuation, so I created a exclamation mark out of a J. I cut the loop off the J and then used the dot, and it works. I'm quite happy with that. So here I looked at some wood veneer that I still had left over from the Pink Fresh Studio kit, but it said right now, and there was no point in putting the best right now. So I used these wooden butterflies instead, and they are wooden butterfly buttons, and they are actually printed on the other side, but I don't use the printed bit. And then I have journaled, and I've just put the tree outside the window suddenly decided to celebrate autumn by changing into its finery of gorgeous reds, golds and oranges. And then I used some Wink of Stella glitter over the butterflies, which after as well I have added glossy accents to, and I've used a Cedar Lane acetate gold foiled sticker that says New Beginnings just under my journaling. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you head over to Claudia's channel and check that out, and I'll see you soon. Bye.